Welcome to Xtra, presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter. Very censored. You can follow Xtra on Twitter at Xtra VDG. Be sure to follow Xtra on Twitter at Xtra VDG. Check out the website too. That is xtra.vdgsports.com. Once again, that is xtra.vdgsports.com. And this is not sponsored. This episode is not sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. It is not. And that's where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, what I'm up to, and what's happening for the most part. What is happening. Hey, check out VDG Sports YouTube. There, everything is there. Like, subscribe, share, or do what you do there. Because everything's there. Everything is there. Now, that's out of the way. Noobs, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you for giving me a chance. Even if it's 1 second, 2 seconds, 3, the entire episode, the entire time. Hey, thank you for giving me an opportunity. That's all I can ever ask for is a chance. Regs, we back at it again. Regs, we do what we do. Regs, it's almost every day. It feels like it, but it's not, because that's just how we get down. Nonverbal peeps, I just got to give you a shout out to let you know, or to let others know you exist, to let the others know that you are extremely important and you matter to me very, 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 very deeply. Now, I just want to say this. I believe in personal growth. I believe in personal growth, and there's only so many. Well, my personal growth is tested throughout the years. My personal growth is tested throughout the months. My personal growth is tested throughout the days. My personal growth is tested throughout the hours. Basically, if I'm not growing personally, if I am not growing, if there's no forward movement, if there's no solution to problems that I used to have, then there's a problem. That is a huge red flag. And I just like to look back sometime. I like to look back and I like to think and I like to ponder and I like to just, okay, what's changed? Do I got a handle on this? How are things different? And if they are different, is it better? Is it more efficient? And what have you? Well, I just want to say this. My customer service, my interaction with customer service representatives, it is at an all-time high. And I think I done cracked the code. And I'm no longer that individual a couple months ago, a year ago, and at the beginning that I used to be. They used to flip out and go batty over things that they had no control over, and they were just a messenger. I'm at a place now, me interacting with customer service representatives, I'm trying to give them as much information as possible so they can help me accordingly. I am trying to give them as much information as possible so they can help me accordingly. No longer am I taking my frustration out on them. No longer am I upset and mad because the phone hung up a few times or I was on it waiting hours upon hours for a human being while talking to robots. Or listening to elevator music or listening to music that I can't sing and dance and pop my chest to. I'm past that now. Me contacting customer service representatives, I basically can go to my happy place. I can go to my happy place and I'm okay. I'm all right. You can throw whatever at me and I'll be fine. I can handle any situation. And I'm not just saying that to say that. I've been tested several times. I've been tested recently, and that's what made me think about this. And that's what made me want to bring this up as well. I had to reach out to customer service about an issue. I'm not going to tell you the issue though. I got to protect the guilty in the game, and me being the guilty one in this, I just need some time to let it breathe. And it's a little personal, and it's not personal as you think. It's dealing with finances. I'll just say that it's dealing with finances, and I'm not going to let anybody, get in my financial situation or business, anything like that. So it's that, and it's nothing nefarious, and it's nothing peculiar. It's nothing nefarious, and it's nothing peculiar. Well, I reached out to customer service because I had an issue. I had an issue about something not taking place when it should have when it should have happened. It should have happened, and basically, I got a message saying that I needed to contact my financial institution. So I reached out. I called. I wasn't on hold very long, and even if I was on hold for a long period of time, it would have been okay. I was in my happy place. It would have been okay. I would have been in my happy place, and it would just been a challenge, accepted, challenge, doable, and definitely not difficult in any sense of the imagination of the word that I just said, or words I just said. It wasn't any of that. I called. I had to go through the robots, of course, at first. Then I got to a human, and I told the situation. I gave the customer service representative much information as possible, much information privy to me at my fingertips and in my mind. I gave all of that information. And of course, I had to answer some questions. I had to make sure that I'm me. I had to basically jump through a few hoops. None of them were on fire. And I didn't have to land on one toe while jumping through my pants, putting them on, or anything like that. No, it wasn't that serious. It wasn't anything to that degree. But I did have to prove that I am who I am and what have you. But that's okay. I'm fine with that. I proved that it was me. Then the situation went a little bit forward. And how can I say this? How can I say this? I was not rattled. I was not shook. I definitely did not roll, and my head did not roll in any of that. Because I wanted to know what had happened and why is this occurring, and I did not get a sufficient answer. In fact, I really didn't get my problem solved. I gave all the information. I proved that it was me, but the customer service representative could not help me because the computer that they were working on, for whatever reason, it was down or it wasn't accepting any information. So all of the things that I needed fixed or all of the things that I needed done, it could not happen. It could not occur. The old Vince would have been batty. The old Vince would have had a problem with all of this. He probably would have flipped out. He probably would have said, hey, why is this happening? Why is this occurring? What do you mean that the computer isn't working? Why are you getting the error? Why do we have to do this again and again and again when previously I didn't have to go through you. When previously, I didn't have to go through all of these multiple steps to get this issue handled and done. What changed? What changed? I didn't even think about any of that. I did not even think about any of that. Me contacting my customer service representative, I was in my happy place. I was in my happy place. And previous time, I almost went a little cray cray, but the customer service representative was nice, so I didn't. Another time occurred when I was put on hold and the phone dropped and I had to recall. And after being on hold for a few hours, made me a little sad, but I didn't flip out. I thought about it, but this time, I didn't, the thoughts never crossed my mind. This time, the customer service representative didn't have to be nice, but she was. The customer service representative did not have to be nice, but she was. But let me clear this up. She still wasn't as nice as the previous one. And if you don't recall news, which you probably don't, I suggest you go back and review some of the historical documents and you find it. I might find it for you, but don't hold me accountable for that. Don't hold me accountable for that. Regs, you know the one I'm talking about. She wasn't as nice as her, but she was okay. She was nice. And it didn't require her to be nice for me to not go off the handle, off the rails. No. I was already in my happy place. I was already accustomed to dealing with customer service and how to move and how to just get out the information, and on a deeper thinking level, knowing that I can make this person's job easier by giving the information clearly in a way that is understood. And if not understood, answer the questions and just have a little patience, because they are trying to help me. I'm reaching out to them and they are the middle person trying to help me solve a problem. Now if I'm flipping out, if I'm going batty, if I'm angry, aggressive, and just mad, how is that helping me get to what I need to get to? Sure, it might make you feel good, or might make me feel good just a couple of seconds, but then the issue still isn't handled and I'm still angry. And yes, angry got the 2 digits going up in the air, air quotes. How can I help you help me efficient as possible, or efficiently? I can provide the information, as much information as possible. If you have a question or there's some kind of interaction that needs to happen, I need to be focused enough to provide that information so we both can get to the place where we need to be. And that's solving a problem, coming up with a solution, efficient as possible, or just coming up to some kind of solution. And that still isn't the end game. It should be, but it's not, because this customer service representative really couldn't help me out because the computer was down, the computer wasn't working. None of that helped fix my problem. But still, I provided enough information. I answered the questions. I did what I needed to do. She did what she needed to do. So why flip out? Why go a little batty? Why be angry over something that's out of my control, that's out of her control? Why should I go out of my way to try to make somebody else feel bad because I'm not feeling good or great. See, it took me a few occurrences. It took me a few interactions before I actually started thinking about this on this level. It took me a couple, well, actually more than a couple. And Regs, you know this process that I've been through and how long it took me to get to this place where I'm at this place now, and I do not plan on leaving it anytime soon. But I'm at a place now where I understand on a deeper level that the customer service representative is trying to help me, and there's no need for me to try to derail a situation or just go off on a situation because of things that we can't control. They're just the messenger. They're just the person there to help you. I can't flip out and I can't go cray-cray on somebody that's trying to help me. I got to save that energy, or I got to keep that energy for those who deserve that energy. And yes, some people deserve that energy. I'm not a pacifist. Some people deserve that energy. So don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. I'm just not going to go cray-cray, angelic, bird-like voice. I'm not going to go cray-cray on somebody that's meant to help me or trying to help me. I'm beyond that. Personal growth helped me get to this place. I don't plan on leaving it. It's a nice and it's a good place to be, knowing that you can call up customer service and they can throw anything at you and you can be okay, that they aren't going to be in your mind mentally making you flip out and making you do things that you don't want to do. I'm in control and I can control what I can control, and the things that I can't control, I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to let it be, and I'm going to keep it moving, and I'm not going to destroy someone else's day just because it might make me feel a little better. You know, it's going to make me feel even more better, even if that's a wrong combination of words to choose. Not being that person who needs to flip out, needs to use someone else to feel better. Because where does it end when you go down that road? Where does it stop when you open that door? I'm not here for that. I'm not made to be that. I'm not that guy. I'm a bad guy about some things, but I'm not that person. And if I'm ever that person, or if I ever was that person, it was because I was dealing with things, and it's still no excuse. But personal growth, what can you say? I am different than yesterday. Angelic, bird-like voice, and I just created this song. Yes, I was singing, I was dancing, I was making my chest pop. That won't stop, because that make me feel good, and I'm gonna do and continue to do the things that make me feel good, as long as though is not putting any other person down just for no reason. But hey, don't get it twisted. Not a pacifist. Anybody can get it, but it's usually gonna be with some jokey jokes. Yeah, jokes.